Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit different type of video. Instead of the voiceover that I usually do, it's going to be more of a commentary. So it's going to be on this MacBook Pro 16-inch. And I'm a design student, so I like to have the extra power with me on the go, which this computer can give me. So quickly, here are the specs. It's a MacBook Pro 16-inch from 2019. It's an AMD Radeon Pro 5500M with a 2.3 GHz 8-core Intel Core i9 processor and 16 gigs of RAM. So those are the specs, and they're pretty high-end, as you'd expect from a really expensive computer. And then the screen is also really good. It's a high-res 3072 by 1920, and it spans 16 inches diagonally. And here are some other specs that I probably won't go into. So all these specs are really high-end, but is it really necessary? I personally think it is, because as a design student, like whenever I think of something, I really want to, just stop and start working on it on my computer. And usually, if I have like any lower tiered computer, maybe like the 13-inch or the Air, usually I can't get the same amount of performance and efficiency as I can on this computer. So this one I can run like multiple apps without much lag, and usually I'm working with like the Adobe suite, so I have maybe like InDesign, Illustrator, and Photoshop working simultaneously, and instead of having to switch over each app while closing the other ones like I used to do on my old 13-inch that couldn't really handle this much power, this one I can keep them all open, which is way more efficient, and they all run faster. So this is good for any design student who wants to like create stuff, like video edit it on the go. This one I also use at home, so it's not, so it kind of acts as like my desktop computer. If you're not going to do anything like creative in like the design video editing sense, then this might not be the computer for you. If you're more of like just a web browser, media consumer, and like just working with word processors, this computer is a little bit overkill. Yeah, since like it's a really big computer as well, so it's also kind of heavy. If you don't need the extra processing power, it's not really necessary to have to carry the weight of this, especially since the more you use this, like the battery, although it's really big, you're still going to want to carry around a charger for this. So carrying the MacBook and a charger can get really heavy, and if you don't really need the speed, it's kind of not worth it. So that's where you might consider getting the MacBook Air or the 13-inch Pro, because those ones are, well, way lighter, and they don't use as much power, since in those cases you probably won't be doing any video editing or content creation. So either get those two, or what I do is actually carry along my iPad with this. I actually have it with the case, the Magic Keyboard case, since I kind of like having a dual setup experience. This way I can actually do a lot of typing on my iPad when I don't really need my MacBook. Since I like using my MacBook for more powerful, heavy stuff like content creation, like I mentioned before, the iPad is usually for either taking notes at school or quickly typing up an essay. So basically what I'm trying to say is, if you don't need the power of the 16-inch, especially as a student, it's not worth spending all the money to get something this big. The iPad is a great alternative, which I personally have experience with, and it pretty much replaces a good 75% of my workflow. But most of the design stuff is, like pretty much required to do on the MacBook. So yeah, that's basically it. If you like this new format of video where I'm just doing like a commentary instead of a voiceover, put a thumbs up, subscribe, and thank you for watching my video. Bye.